front of me.
Wow. There's a whole
For the
bin of
love
them.
of God. Oh, David.
We've only been living here for a year.
This is my.
this is the
you're
cleansing
airing.
bucket as well.
Oh, it didn't.
We
He's
doing a
actually
live
had to
demo?
store it. David, this is embarrassing. Okay.
Hand him your right shoe.
He said, dentist, this was the original one we bought.
No,
Okay.
that's the newer one.
Didn't work.
Oh.
Brought scrubs, brought this. How much do you think this bottle costs, America? A bottle of soap water.
97 cents.
$100. That didn't stop us.
Where's the little
They
brush?
sent a couple extra of these. That's another 100.
Well,
Cool. That didn't.
Restore, renew, and refresh.
That was time number one. That wasn't enough for us. Second time at the mall. Hat phone. I don't even have a hat. We don't have hats. Have you ever seen me with a hat? I don't know why we own this. You come back last week from the fashion mall.
That's the same one. It's two of the same.
Why did we buy this?
You bought one, I bought one. We went there together.
You
You're
bought
as
this
big of
one.
an idiot as I am. I'm a sucker for them. They connect, they make eye contact, they are providing me an experience
Do
that
you
I
know
didn't
what's
know that I
happening?
needed.
What's happened? We're going
There's
bankrupt.
actually a name for it.
We're going bankrupt here.
What is it?
So they are just dominating you guys with the principle of reciprocity. So like
What's
they're
principle of
giving you,
They gave me
they're
something
giving
and
you a
now I
clean
feel.
shoe, and they're being so
Yeah.
nice.
They
Yeah.
are really nice.
And then, well, they're using it, but they're also kind of not using it. But they're giving you something, so you now feel like you have to give them something back, and
Yeah.
you have one clean shoe and one dirty shoe. So it's like a combination of the dirty shoe and like, oh, this is so nice, and they're being thoughtful and very personalized to me.
Yes.
They are
Right.
really nice.
They are good. You do feel
But
like you're the
that's-
center of their
One
universe.
guy told me I look like Matt Damon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah.
And
He
we bought
didn't.
$200 worth of cleaning.
Yeah.
The mediocre dentist, the mediocre dentist. 'Cause sometimes you just feel mediocre. The mediocre dentist, the mediocre dentist. I am mediocre, you are mediocre, and that's not that bad.
And a good day, good evening to all of you. Welcome to the Mediocre Dentist. I'm your host, Dr. David Geier. Super excited to have you with us.
And I am your co-host, Dr. Andrea Drniski.
And welcome back to another episode of the Mediocre Dentist, because this week, one of us was feeling kind of mediocre.
Well, what are you talking about, sweetheart?
All right, well, it's an apropos week. Let's talk about, today is Thursday, so let's talk about what happened to you on Monday.
I got a
My beautiful wife.
rude awakening. Rude awakening from my accountant. And a notice of assessment
email-
that I found on the CRA. Yeah.
An email from your accountant that says,
Yes.
good morning, you owe $100 million.
Yeah,
and it needs to be paid by the end of today.
May as well have said that. And I
Do
was
you
like,
want to go
oh,
to jail or do you want to pay
tax
your
evasion?
taxes?
Yeah. My whole life blew up on Monday. And it was like one of those moments where I was like, so that's why people are organized with their finances. I get it now.
So you
get
had
it.
X
I
amount in the
felt it.
account,
Had
X amount in your personal account.
I mean, it goes way back because I made a really ridiculous purchase the year prior, which soaked me up a little bit. And it was going fine till it wasn't going fine.
Yeah, for those who
was
don't know,
Monday.
we are married, but because it's we're each on our fourth marriage, we have like a prenup for a prenup for a prenup. There's 4 levels of prenup on it, so we have separate business accounts. Plus, the Vancouver office belongs to you, so that is your office, and I'm just a free worker at it. So you had a financial meltdown this week.
I sure did.
Yeah, and you woke up and you're like, wow, I have no money.
Oh, I will have no money once I pay my whatever you said, hundreds of millions of
Hundreds of
dollars in
millions
taxes.
dollars.
Yes. So yeah, that was scary, and I did a big deep dive, and I realized I probably need to restructure myself a little bit and probably get a little bit more organized. So all those things I was bragging about before, or I don't care about any of it.
You don't care about the financial. You don't care about how much the office makes. You don't care how much the overhead is.
I think I'm going to start caring.
Well,
Yeah.
your first reaction
I'm gonna start.
when we got on the phone call was, babe, I owe X amount to the government, which was a shocking amount.
It was a shocking because I'd already paid an awful lot.
And your first reaction was of how you're going to improve yourself was, I'm stopping to go to Lululemon. That was the first words that came out of your mouth.
Aritzia. The shopping is going to have to halt. Yes.
Okay, if there are any women dentists out there, Aritzia is the opposite of financial comfort and security.
It's not that bad. It's a better choice than, say, like Nordstrom or going to like Alexander McQueen. It was like it's a healthier choice, but I was going to stop it all.
Nothing about it seems healthy.
I was ready to give up Starbucks. Like I was ready
Starbucks,
to cut
$5.
it all. I was going to ruin my own life.
Even if you had a $5 coffee every single day of the year, 365 days, how much is that?
That's $1,500.
It's
insignificant, and like I understand.
You have dresses that cost $5,000,
but David,
and you're giving up coffee. This is the problem.
When you don't understand and you haven't really paid much attention to much of your financial existence, you haven't really done the maths on any of it and what actually matters. So I just instinctively go to the things that matter most to me, shopping and coffee. And I was ready to give them both up. I was ready to do whatever to appease the financial gods.
Okay, I'm going to give us our first business lessons.
Okay.
Eco 101.
I should take notes probably. I'm going to get a pad of paper. I'm going to get a pad of paper because I think I really need to start taking this seriously. And I think Flint's the man to help me, but I'll listen to you too.
Okay. Oh yeah, shit. We have a guest here. Sorry. Okay. Hey, everybody in the Mediocre Dentist, especially those on YouTube. Presenting with us on stage, this handsome gentleman. We could have gone the whole fucking episode and not realized he was sitting here.
I was just hoping the camera.
It would have been like, hey, wouldn't that be the greatest spoof?
Svetlana would have loved.
Wouldn't that be the greatest spoof if we did an entire episode with a dude on stage, we didn't say a fucking word to him, and everybody wrote into the comments,
what, who?
Who was the other guy? Why did you not talk to them? What if that was like the Impractical Jokers and we just waited, like there was a camera just on Flint going, how long before he goes, this is weird. They invited me here and they haven't said anything to me. It's already 6 minutes, 13 seconds into the episode.
I don't have this order.
Okay.
Okay.
Really
It's.
Oh my gosh.
We put the orb there because otherwise you're just looking at the back of my head, which I thought was weird. So.
This isn't much better.
This is the orb.
It's about to break.
It's a bit of a
This
magnifying
is the sphere
effect.
of the future.
Okay.
Every now and then we reference it to see what
I'll see what it says about my finances because I think it's bleak.
The finances says
you're fucked.
If you don't know the difference between a $5,000 dress and a $5 coffee, yeah, we're in trouble.
Okay.
We're in trouble.
All right, duly noted.
Fair.
Here at the Mediocre Dentist podcast, we are always looking for ways to help our very fellow mediocre dentists. And today's episode is called Dentists, Dentists, Dentists. As in, the fuck is wrong with you, dentist? And to help us with that, we brought in a financial expert. Not just financial expert, but a practice management guru, expert, second generation, knows it, has it, breathes it, eats it. Welcome to the podcast, Flint Geier.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me.
Would it be safe to say that Practice Growth Institute, Scheduling Institute, the two organizations that you're a part of, literally grew up in, know more about the inner workings of a dental office than any other institution, probably in the world, let's just say North America?
I think for a practice that wants to improve, right? I would agree with that.
Yeah. Is there anything you haven't heard in a practice, from we have a flood
Definitely
to
not.
We don't have chairs to we have too many patients, we don't have enough patients, we don't have electricity, we're not on Google, like you've heard it all.
Oh, and my favorite is still having people say, well, my practice is actually a little bit special. I'm actually different, and there's no way you could have dealt with the problems that I have.
But hearing my wife and I's banter, you look at her and you go, you are special. Like, she is special, though, right?
Unfortunately, she's not special at all.
No, you've heard that? I owe $1 trillion to the government, didn't realize it. My bank account just went to under zero.
More often than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, first we need a new account.
Well, I don't know if he's listening. Sorry, Shafin.
Yeah, no, we need a new account. Okay. this is great that you're here. It actually works out perfectly. This actually happened this week.
Perfect.
So if anybody listened to episode,
It was one of the first. I think it was one of our inaugural.
Season 1.
Yeah.
We talked about how we feel mediocre. And Flint, I said I feel mediocre sometimes in my physical dentistry, even though I've been doing it for 25 years. I am super critical of my margins. My hands are mediocre at best. Amazing personality. I make you feel like a king in a chair. Your dentistry might be a little sensitive shortly afterwards. But that's okay. But you love me, so you don't mind.
Yep.
But I'm really good at business. I know how to run offices. I've run multiple offices, New York, Chicago, Raleigh. Now in the Vancouver office, I run the academy. I'm pretty good at business. We bought a toothpaste company on it. I feel superior in that, but mediocre in my hand skills. My wife, I'll let you fill in your part.
Well, yeah, no, I'm all about the hands and I'm about the people and the experience. But when it comes to anything financial, I blank out, I tune out. It's, I'm sure, some sort of like coping mechanism. It's embarrassing. It's not very adult-like. The problem being is that things have gone reasonably well despite me, and I don't even know what my true potential is. And I think I'm afraid if I listen to all the Mel Robbins podcasts I've been listening to,
Because that's where we get our financial advice from.
No,
Mel
I
Robbins.
just
Yeah.
High five.
Okay, but don't let.
I know Mel Robbins. She's a high five.
Yeah, no, she's
Okay.
I know, high five the mirror. I was doing that for a minute, but I shouldn't have been high fiving shit because I'm falling apart as a human here. And
But you're not dumb. You're valedictorian of her high school class.
Right.
She is not dumb. She is not stupid. She's highly intelligent, yet has a block on.
There's no other
everything
way to
financial
describe it.
compass.
Well, and that's, it's like we call it a blind spot. It's like
Blind spot.
everybody
yeah.
has a blind spot. Like
Yes.
I have a lot. But most often when we deal with doctors, it's like there's just this one thing that you're missing.
Yeah.
And you've spent your entire life learning to do something else really, really well.
Yep.
And you're super confident in those things.
Yes.
And so we just kind of like push the other things off to the side and hope it goes well. And if you're actually really good,
Yeah.
you almost don't have to worry about it until
Ooh.
something actually
And
happens,
yeah.
which
Here we go.
happens a lot,
Yeah.
right? Especially
Yeah.
in like the rooms that,
Yeah.
whenever I end up in the same room with you, there's a lot of really good clinicians
Yeah.
and they can get away with a lot until they can't.
I can get away with my mediocre hand skills because my ortho skills and my mind skills
Yeah.
and my motivational skills are superior.
Yeah, they mute that out. Yeah.
Right.
And you can get away with your lack of financial know-how because she's a part of a DSO. So she
I
just
passed the buck,
comes,
yeah.
works, goes home, and she happens to be part of a great DSO, and they do everything else from pay the rent to pay the employees to do the umbrella insurance policy. So they just take it off your hands.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, tell me what you guys think. I think she should still know the business.
100%. I mean, because at the end of the day, this is a great example, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the dream, right? The dream of the DSO is they're going to do all this for me. I'm not going to worry about anything about the business.
Yep.
Well, you still have to deal with the fact that if you do well and you make a lot of money, then the government's going to want some, right? Like
Even the Canadian government comes like,
There.
"Hurrah."
yeah, I don't
Got
know.
dirty.
I was going to get into that, but I feel like that might be worse. I don't know. I don't know the codes.
It's a thing.
It felt pretty
Like
bad.
that
This week didn't
problem-
feel good. Yeah.
Every single April, I guess
Yes.
for you guys,
Yep.
it's July,
June. Yeah.
June. Okay.
Yep.
right? Every April, without fail.
Yeah.
Our office is like, okay, time to get ready. Because there's a bunch of people whose practices grew a lot, they made a bunch of money, and they did not prepare for that increase.
the taxes.
Right? And then it's like, whoa, I gotta stop doing this stuff that's working because
Yes.
of this tax bill. Which is a very interesting way to take that. But every single year,
That's
that's what
interesting.
happens.
Wow. Okay. I want to talk about
Yeah.
that. Okay. Let's just break that down because that was genius. I made $100,000 in 2023.
Yep.
But in 2024, because of your principles, and we'll talk about that and things, blah, 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 and all these things that I put into effect, I made $500,000,
Right.
which means my tax bill went from $35,000 to $350,000 or whatever, or
Not
not
quite
that much. Sorry.
I was like,
100
Jesus
whoa,
Christ.
there-
I was like,
who's a
wow.
math
You
person
need
here?
a,
Whoa,
you need
I
a
just-
new
I just-
accountant.
yeah, no,
It sounds
that's
like
gonna work.
Canadian
Jesus
taxes
Christ.
Oh,
too.
hey, vote Republican. Yeah, sorry, no. Let's say 35% of 500,000, which be, let's say, $185,000. So I went from a tax bill of
Right.
$35,000 to
Yeah.
a tax bill of $185,000.
Yes.
Those people call up Flint and his dad and go, "We have a serious problem here.
Yeah.
My taxing is off. We got to stop doing X, Y, Z." And you probably go, dentist.
So predictable.
You're killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
If
pretty
you make
much.
more money, you have to pay more taxes.
You do. And what's interesting is, dentist, you could put accountants. Because, right, the common advice is income suppression.
Make less money.
Make less money that the government can see, even when sometimes it's questionable tactics, so you don't have to pay taxes.
What the?
You've heard that. Somebody has said that to you. I would rather make less money,
Yes.
even though I keep 65% of my money in the highest tax bracket.
Yes.
I will work less, make less money, so I have to pay the government less.
That is very
That is
often-
dentist math.
Yes.
That
it
is dentist
Yeah.
math.
And it's-
Jesus, how do you? Okay, we got to backtrack. Okay, we're already 15 minutes in. Your dad's gonna be watching this and be like, "What the hell?" Okay, for those who
Speak
don't
of
know,
mediocre dentists, you guys want to talk about things that you can feel mediocre sometimes.
yeah.
We'll get into it, but
Okay.
it's like
So
walking
those who
into
don't
that.
know, Jay Geier is arguably the most successful practice management consultant coach in North America.
Yeah.
The first time I heard about Jay was one of my best friends, Dr. David Ustreicher, who we know, who was at our
yes.
wedding, who was an orthodontist from New York. He gets me back in 2008-9. We're speaking about a business line. He goes, "David, I just got a CD in the mail from a guy from Atlanta. I popped the CD into my CD player in the car, and there was a note, a sticky note, a handwritten sticky note on the CD, and it goes, 'Don't be upset at them. They were never trained.'" And he goes, "What? It's like a ransom note?" He's like, "What the hell is this?" He pops it into the CD player, because back in 2008, everybody had CD players, and it's a recording of his staff talking to Jay Geier's staff, who are calling the office to make appointments to schedule, to give Dr. Ustreicher money, and his staff is like swatting them away. His staff is literally saying, "No,
Yes.
don't come in.
Yeah.
No, don't give us appointments." David, he thought he had a successful ortho practice in Long Island, Oyster Bay. He gets on a plane, flies to Atlanta, watches Jay Geier speak, signs up on the spot for coaching for his
believe it.
team. Grew his practice 2008, 2023. He just sold in 23. Grew at 10x during that time.
Yeah.
10x in the latter part of his career, from 50 to 65.
Yeah, those aren't
He
your
grew it
necessarily sweet
10x.
spot.
He was
Yeah.
already the household name. Got his team trained, and that's Jay Geier. Jay Geier ran what they call the Scheduling Institute, which started with a basic concept of you don't know how to answer the phone.
Yeah.
And everything's about the phone.
Even just hearing that, because I know the same thing is happening in my practice. And again, I just look at it and I'm like, got to pick my battles in this current climate of dentistry where it's really hard to find good people. Like there's a million excuses that you can use, but at the end of the day, without being intentional about it, without getting the right people on board to help yourself, yeah, it's
So
wild.
he built an entire business on one concept, which is dentists don't know how to answer the phone. And if we could just fix that,
Yes.
they grow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. Now they've parlayed that into something called Practice Growth Institute, which a lot of our best friends are in. And they've taken their very nice offices that answer the phone well, and now they have one-of-a-kind practices in Reno, in Seattle, in Orange County, in Tampa, that are literally the biggest, most highest grossing practices in it under all these concepts on it. Flint, welcome to the show. Officially, 18 minutes in.
There we go. Thank you.
Flint is Jay's son.
Yes. Yes. I
Tell us
am.
a little bit about your pedigree. Where did you go to school? With how everything about you.
Yeah. So it's funny you talk about the CDs, but
Yeah.
every time I talk to a group, I will kind of do a very quick, story, right?
Yeah.
And so I'll talk about, I had this unique timing. Honestly, it's just luck, like timing of birth. where I was born just early enough to see the company when it was cassette tapes, not CDs,
Tapes.
Oh, wow.
in the basement of the
wow.
house. So, like, my earliest memories were there's an unfinished room in the basement, and it was full of, like, those clasping white binders.
Yeah.
So it was the clasping white binders with
Yeah.
the cassette version of
In there.
the phone training, right? And there was 2 ladies that worked in the basement. One was PW. She would go rip cigs in the backyard. And
How old are you during this time?
I mean, I had to be, 5 or below.
5 or below. Your dad's making tapes in the basement.
Oh yeah, basically a DJ. But yeah, so I always joke, like, yes, I do know what a cassette is, even though, like, I'm 30 years old. I am aware of cassette tapes.
Okay.
And I got to really, I think, uniquely kind of see, from the basement to what has been built to today, right? So I take a lot of pride in that. I think I'm lucky that I
You
got to
watched
be able
it.
to see it all happen, because there's a flip side where it's like you get born 10 years later and you have no idea any of that even had to happen.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you saw to
Absolutely.
your dad's practice.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And so go to school. I never really know what my dad does when I'm younger, because it was the Chiropractic Scheduling
Yeah,
Institute.
Okay, he's right. So,
CSI.
fun fact: your dad started
With
as, I know they're
chiropractors.
from Jason Sala.
Yeah.
Your dad started off as the office manager for a chiropractic practice,
Mm-hmm.
and he was listening, just doing the billing and the admin.
He was the marketing guy.
He was the marketing guy,
Yeah.
and he's listening to them answer the phones,
Dying. Yeah.
and he's dying a million deaths. And he goes, "What are we doing here?"
Yeah.
He changes over the system at the chiro. This is urban legends. You'll tell me if it's true or not.
Yeah, yeah.
He changes over how the receptionist at this chiropractic in Atlanta, it was in Atlanta, are answering. Next thing you know, the chiropractor's booked so much with so much work, he gets pissed at Jay. Because he's like, he's
can't
like,
keep up. I'm only one guy."
I can't work here. There's too many people coming in for too many procedures, agreeing to chiropractic things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that
That's a
version.
crazy story.
No, it's I mean, he was doing the marketing, so it's like literally I was an infant, and quite literally new patients paid for my diapers. So like when I get to talk about this and why it's like today, I think it's so cool and like just fun to be a part of it is quite literally when I was a baby, new
Yeah.
patients were what paid for the food and the diapers and all those things. And
One concept: how to
Brilliant.
talk to a person.
Yeah.
And then he parlayed that. He opened the chiropractic.
Yep. So
scheduling
did
institute.
that. Kind of started off with an answering service, and then had a bunch of chiros, and then one day ends up at an event speaking somewhere, and there's a bunch of dentists in the room, and they're like, "Oh, wow, that makes a lot of sense."
Yeah.
And oh wow, it actually kind of almost works better. And oh wow, more and more dentists kept showing up to the point where they basically just said, "Can you please stop calling it the chiropractic?"
Right.
And
'cause
so
how many chiropractors are there in the U.S.? I know the dentists. There's 168,000 dentists in North America.
In North America or
I want
America?
to say less.
Less.
I was
Sean,
gonna
how many
say-
chiropractors are there in North America? Plus, chiropractors are weird. They're weird folk.
Well,
How
I mean,
so?
dentists.
Yeah.
We have our
I was
own
like,
issues.
no, we're worse.
But you can go your whole life
Yes.
without ever going to a chiropractor.
Yes. Yeah.
And every human in America, all 330 million, throw 30 million Canadians, all 360 million people in North America go
At
to see a
some point
dentist
in time.
minimum once every 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
So everybody going
Hard to
to.
escape.
is that a
us.
fact? I actually don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure it's more than that.
You say chiropractor?
Yeah, how many
Yeah.
chiropractors are there?
Over 70,000.
Okay, so yeah, like half.
70,000.
Okay.
Okay, so we're almost 3 times that, or 2.5 times that. See, David Geier math. But so there's more dentists.
Yep.
Plus the dentists are higher revenue. Plus there's more going on. Plus everyone's got to go to the dentist. You could skip never going to a chiropractor.
Right.
You go your
Yes.
whole life never go to a podiatrist.
Right. If
Yeah.
you never go to the chiro,
That was a great
you can
evolution.
never get offered a 42 treatment adjustment thing. But if you go to the dentist, it's like, well,
Yeah.
we'll see you in 6 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
it's ever
Right.
feeding.
The
So your dad
recurring-
goes, chiropractor was
Brilliant.
cool.
Yeah,
I'm
brilliant
the king of
evolution.
chiropractors, but the business is really that. I can
Yeah.
help more
Right.
dentists than help chiropractors.
100%. And so then that just ultimately snowballed, right? And so that first problem, that first blind spot in the practice of patients want to come to the office,
Yeah.
and they're trying to, and they're actually reaching out to the practice, and we are, in your words, basically shooing them away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Inadvertently, right? The team member's not trying to do it.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of like weird psychological reasons of why you would not want more
Yeah,
people
because my
to come.
non-high school graduate receptionist is pissed at her boyfriend and
Right.
it's just rough on the phone with people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm too busy
Yeah.
doing dentistry. I'm
That you're-
not paying attention to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then from there, it was just, okay, what's the next problem?
Yeah.
You get more new patients, what suffers? The experience.
Experience.
So the team
Yeah.
doesn't know how to provide a good experience at speed.
Yeah.
Right? And we'll have offices who have like 10 new patients a month when we start,
Yep.
and then they end up getting up to like 150, and the service is better.
Just from answering the phone.
Oh no, there's a lot of
No.
other things
The
that have to go
next
into
step,
it.
yeah.
But over time, that's kind of how it evolved, and services got added because you fix one thing, another problem happens.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
So when a pipe bursts in one spot, you can fix
Yeah.
it, but it might pop somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Right. So let's break it down just for our audience members.
Yeah.
So Scheduling Institute, which you are now in charge of,
Mhm.
is getting you, like we said, how to answer the phones,
Yep.
how to get the people in, how to get from 10
Experience.
people a month to 150 people a month.
And give them a good
And then
experience
give them a good-
within their
It's
practice.
get them in and treat them well
And
enough that they
they
want
wanna
to
come
somebody
back.
else.
Yeah.
So it's come back and refer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then once you master that part,
Mm-hmm.
there's a handoff to your dad at Practice Growth Institute,
Right.
and he's all like, what is the real estate in this neighborhood is like? What is your lease? What is your rent?
Yeah.
What's our overhead? What's our 2-year plan? What's our 5-year plan?
Mm-hmm.
What's our 10-year plan?
Ah.
Yeah.
Are
The
you-
challenges.
Are you spending time with your kids?
Yes.
Are you taking vacations? Which is part of the training, which is wild.
Right.
That Practice
Connected
Growth
to your
Institute
faith,
is
yeah.
actually like, he's not just like how to make more money. He's like, are you taking a trip with your kids to Alaska?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you
making
giving
it to their
back to the
events.
community?
Yes.
One of our best friends, Jason
Yep.
Solid, does a veterans giveaway day. I don't know how to explain it. Where veterans
Yeah.
come in to Reno, which Nevada has a lot of military families, and he does like 6
Obscene amounts of
figures
yeah.
of dentistry over the
Yeah.
year to them,
Incredible.
all based
And I think
on
they've
Jay's
done over
influence.
1 million total.
But in my, and Corey and Kristen do
Yes.
the same thing in their practice.
Yep.
Like a give back day, they do dentistry for free to the community, which is part of your dad's practice growth. So you get
Yeah.
the patients, and then he molds you into just a good
Watching
human
you
being.
navigate around this microphone is really interesting right now. You've smacked it. It's like going everywhere. I don't know what it's doing for sound, but I am aware.
I'm just
We're new. These are new, everybody. We don't exactly
new.
know what to do with them. But David, it's got an arm. Hey, you.
yeah.
And you can just gently, just as you change position, like I'm practicing with it too. As I lean back, Sean's like, bring it back. But you're hovering and it smacked your face.
Is this too low?
Yeah, I think that's what you don't want to do.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm helping you out here.
But
You're going to give me some tips on my finances and I'll give you tips on this.
And if we would ever have a microphone company as a sponsor, that would have been a great
know.
segue.
a lot of close-ups.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Practice Growth is our sponsor, so let's focus.
Okay. All right.
But
You're a shit.
No, we're talking about your dad in the Practice Growth part, really
Yeah.
taking human beings and molding them into what he considers to be a proper human being. Is that?
well, I mean, it's you can put it that way, right? But I think at the end of the day, when you do the things like I'm a football guy, so I'll use football examples, right? So you watch the Raiders.
Yeah,
They
love
got
the
to
Raiders.
block pretty well. And they have to tackle pretty well.
We don't
they
do
do
either,
those
right?
two things.
Yeah, we don't do either.
Yeah, right,
We're
yeah.
great on the merchandise.
Those are
Yeah.
great
and
merch.
we're
Solid.
incredible marketing.
Right?
The colors are solid.
So-
Yeah.
The cheerleaders are A+, which I don't see, but I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Were they there the day that you voted? Yeah? They helped hold your hand as you cast your vote?
Passing out ballots.
They were there. It did not influence my decision on who to vote for. But yeah, Raiders. Okay, you got to block, you got to tackle.
So there's those fundamentals that just allow you to do more than you're doing today with the same people
Yeah.
without having to go spend a bunch of money on marketing, which was always the other thing with the new patient piece is like you don't have to go spend $20,000 a month on Facebook, right? People already want to come in. That's what you do to throw the fuel on the fire. But once you run into a scalability problem, that's where what PGI does comes in so much because things start to break.
Yep.
Right? You need a new doctor. You need a new office. You need to figure out how to deal with the new level of income that I'm sure you all have seen.
Yeah.
Some people handle better than others. So a lot of the reason,
I'm looking at one of them.
no, but a lot
Let's
of the
look at her.
reason
Let's
that
look at her.
any of those other things even exist in what PGI does is
Yeah.
because of how many times we have seen people just totally implode.
Implode. Jesus. What does implode mean? Bankruptcy?
Implode means you take your practice, so like use your friend that you used as the example, right? So his practice grows 10 times.
Yes.
And his income rises, his lifestyle rises, right? And along the way, if you're making a shitload more money, for lack of a better term,
Yep.
and you start to make bad choices, well, your choices are amplified because they're now much more expensive choices, right? So it shows up in like totally just dive bombing the success of the practice because a lot of people aren't actually comfortable with that. Most people aren't. The reality is most people, like abundance and wealth is not something we're pre-wired to handle really well.
Yep.
So unless you force yourself to like kind of put some boundaries on you, it can lead to some bad outcomes. And so you see that enough times. And 15 years ago, none of that stuff was in the program.
Really?
Maybe 20 years, but regardless.
So you take like a person from a lower middle income, working
Right.
parents, blue collars, they go to the dental school, they go to college, they're smart, they work hard, parents are hardworking, boom, they go to dental school, bang, they come out, they're nice, they're skilled, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, they're up by North American standard, they're upper class.
Right.
And they have no idea how to handle that.
Most people don't. But why would you? Because if that's how you're raised, most people are only aware of how to deal with life at the level which they were raised.
Agreed.
And they can maybe go in one direction or the other without any significant work.
And your dad can coach to be like, okay, you have X amount of money now.
Yeah.
Or you're make this X amount has to go here, X amount has to go there, and you could play with this.
And part of it is because he had to go through that process.
Yeah.
Right? Like my grandpa was a janitor at a middle school.
Really?
Wow.
He ended up working.
That's fascinating.
Wow, what was his name?
Jim.
Jim Geier, your
Geier,
grandfather,
the
Jake
original-
Geier's.
The
Holy
original
crap.
work ethic, like, example of just
The dude with the brush, just,
totally.
that's your grandfather.
And then by the time I was born, he was
Yeah.
retired
Wow.
with plenty of money
Because
and died with plenty of money.
because he put principles into place of how
Because he
properly
always
live.
worked hard, and you know everybody makes mistakes. Obviously, no one's
Yes.
perfect, but like
Yep.
if you ask my dad, like that's the thing he took from growing up with his dad was
Yes.
like you can go from literally being the janitor to working for an oil company and making enough money to retire before your kid has their first first
Wow.
grandkid.
But we see in this industry, I see it, and clearly you see it, we see the opposite.
Yes.
We see dentists. Like, I see dentists, and I'm like, you're making terrible business decisions. I've seen dentists, the American Academy clear aligner cost for a year to be a member is $595.
Should be a no-brainer, right?
It should be $1,000. Align Technologies, which is our major sponsor and what we represent, if you're an AACA member, they will give you back, up until last year, they'll give you back $48 per case
Yes.
just for being a member
Yes.
because they want you to get educated. They know if you just listen to a couple of webinars, if you just listen to this, if you do that,
More
you'll
than
be a better
pays the
dentist,
$5.95,
you'll be a better
yeah.
Invisalign provider, you'll do more cases, you'll grow, or at least your work will be good, and your work is their work because you're using their
Right.
product. I have dentists on the regular go,
They can't
I'm
see
canceling
it.
my membership this year. I'm
Yeah,
like, you do
times are tough,
if you do
yeah.
you do 35 cases a year, it is free. Your membership to the AACA is free
Yes.
because Invisalign going to give you back the money on it. Can't see it.
They can't. Yeah.
Dentist.
That blind spot, as you say.
It's the opportunity cost now, like that whole conundrum of, okay, this decision in the moment, it's solving the problem of like I need to cut costs somewhere because of whatever I wasn't prepared for, right?
Exactly what I was doing with the Starbucks and the Aritzia.
Yeah, come all around, right?
We're done.
But really, it's like okay, well maybe
Dentist. You have the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Cut down on the Aritzia dress.
right.
Cut down on the trip to here or Hawaii.
You want to know my favorite personal example of this?
Yeah.
What's that?
Is when you go to a convention
Mm-hmm.
and you walk by and no shade against anybody who sells these. I won't use a name. But there's a laser. You know, dentists.
Oh.
You know what they love? Fucking A lasers.
Oh.
And it's like a $75,000 laser.
Isn't it more than that?
I
Are we
think
talking
it's
about?
like 100, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like $250 for a CERC or something.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it
yeah,
can
yeah.
get up there. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, I would like a second
And then it
mortgage.
collects dust.
And I can't pay for it.
Yeah.
And then the person selling it is like, you only need X number of cases. See, with AACA, you can actually teach them how to do the cases.
Yeah.
That person who gives them the machine is not going to teach them how to get the 40
No.
people who it's
No.
going to take. But you know what? Hook, line, sinker. Thank you.
We
Yeah,
have a
dent
friend,
it, yeah.
We have a friend who had a laser and
Has,
then
isn't it? It's collect-
bought a second one. Bought a second laser just because.
So how does that work?
a thing.
Is it like a status? I don't even
I don't
know.
think- it
It's
was
like it's such an obviously horrific.
It was a horrific business decision.
Yeah.
We have we have doctors who have bought, like I was hot a couple of years, facial rejuvenation machines
Of course.
for like $100. Have you ever, right? Have you got people on the Instagram? I'm sure you have people. It's like $100,000.
Yeah.
And like each procedure is maybe like $400 or $500.
Right.
Like you have to do an insane number of these facial just to make back your nut. And oh yeah, it's not allowed in the state of California. I know
Yeah.
California dentists who have bought this machine woke up and been like,
Holy crap. Yeah. And there's no refunsies, no backsies.
No,
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
And it's
So
such
you
a
see this- you see
saturated
this on the regular.
market.
Why are
It's
dentists-
one of the biggest. I'm going to say this a lot probably. It's one of the biggest mistakes that we see.
Yeah.
Is because what? Dentists are comfortable in the
Yes.
clinical, for
Yeah.
the most part.
Yeah.
That's what gets them excited. That's what they go to learn about.
Yeah.
And then when they're at the show, I mean, it's literally like sending a kid to Toys R Us, which doesn't exist anymore. But it's
I know.
basically like
dentist.
I can't. My
Like-
mom won't even take me to a mall sometimes because she knows I'm a sucker for those kiosks. They know too.
Yeah.
I give off a vibe.
Oh, let's
They
talk
know.
about that. Okay.
Oh.
There's a
Look
mall.
away.
There
Look
is
away.
a
I
mall
can't.
here in Las Vegas called the Fashion Mall. It's across the street
it's a dangerous
from
name.
the Wynn Mall. We go there often. We like it. I have a Lululemon problem. My wife has an Aritzia problem. There are these kiosks in the middle where there are these guys, these hustlers.
Oh, yeah. I respect their hustle.
I respect the hustle. Mr. Flint, hey, Mr. Sir, can I have a word? Sir, can I have a sec? Sir, can I have a sec? Sir, can I have a sec? Yeah, well, okay, look, you beautiful sneakers here, beautiful stuff. Give me 2 seconds, I'll shine. Yeah. And they take your shoes, and I just have a problem with white shoes. My white shoes get really dirty really fast. I don't know what I do.
No, in the desert heat, I don't know. You pick up,
and
they
they
go
will
black
take-
quickly.
Flint,
Yes.
they will take your
I'm
shoe,
dealing with that
and
right
they're
now.
like,
I need to go to this
I
mall.
don't.
No,
Yeah, I'm serious, and they do.
I have unlimited supply in
they
my
do
closet.
just the
You're
right
good.
shoe, and
Yeah.
I mean the right shoe looks like it just came out.
And
Yes.
I now know they situate themselves in darker lighting, so you can't tell that it's not actually perfect.
There's a whole game.
There's
to
a
it.
whole
Oh,
game,
yeah.
and I
And
love
then
it
they
all.
show your left shoe, and they're like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And you're like, "Oh, go to
You're
your
gonna
left."
leave this one
Yeah,
clean?
and now this guy's scrubbing your foot. You're already like, we're related to each other. We're involved. And then
Yeah.
we're like, we'd like you to buy this scrub that we just used. And I'm talking this scrub maybe baseline cost $2.50.
Oh, yeah.
And they go,
So like
special for
$50.
you. Special for you. I like you. You're from Atlanta. My grandmother's from Atlanta.
Special.
Special
Or
for you. This
would
is just
they-
for. Don't tell anybody else here.
I have an accent.
$100.
but I'm from-
$100 for this scrub brush and thing.
They
And
play
my-
the Canadian thing
and
for me.
my
They're like,
beautiful
we know
wife-
the exchange is awful, so I'm going to give you a real
My
good deal.
beautiful wife says, "We'll take it."
It's kind of like the
They're-
Girl Guide cookies thing. Like, I'll
They're
buy them because
shocked
I
when
want
you
them to
say
stop
yes.
having to sell
Shocked. They're like, "Did you just say yes?"
it.
Here's the part where it gets weird, and that's how we're going to talk through it. We have 7 sets of this scrub brushes.
Different sets.
We have 7 full.
I
Every
think
time
maybe
she buys
just
a new
don't go
kit,
back to this mall.
And I know. And they don't work actually at home.
He said, dentist, this was the original one we bought.
No,
Okay.
that's the newer one.
Didn't work.
Oh.
Brought scrubs, brought this. How much do you think this bottle costs, America? A bottle of soap water.
97 cents.
$100. That didn't stop us.
Where's the little
They
brush?
sent a couple extra of these. That's another 100.
Well,
Cool.
res-
That didn't.
Restore, renew, and refresh.
That was time number 1. That wasn't enough for us. Second time at the mall. Hat phone. I don't even have a hat. We don't have hats. Have you ever seen me with a hat? I don't know why we own this. You come back last week from the fashion mall.
That's the same one. It's 2 of the same.
Why did we buy this?
You bought one, I bought one. We went there together.
You
You're
bought
as
this
big of
one.
an idiot as I am. I'm a sucker for them. They connect. They make eye contact. They are providing me an experience
So
that
you know
I
what's
didn't know that I
happening?
needed.
What's happening? We're going
There's
bankrupt.
actually a name for it.
We're going bankrupt here.
What is it?
So they are just dominating you guys with the principle of reciprocity. So like
What's
they're
principle of
giving you,
They gave me
they're
something.
giving you
and
a
now I
clean
feel-
shoe, and they're being so
Yeah.
nice.
They
Yeah.
are really nice.
And then, well, they're using it, but they're also kind of not using it. But they're giving you something, so you now feel like you have to give them something back, and
Yeah.
you have one clean shoe and one dirty shoe. So it's like a combination of the dirty shoe and like, oh, this is so nice, and they're being thoughtful and very personalized to me.
Yes.
They are
Right.
really nice.
They are good. You do feel
But
like you're the
that's-
center of their
One
universe.
guy told me I look like Matt Damon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah.
And
He
we bought
didn't.
$200 worth of cleaning.
Okay, but it's important that I know how I'm being.
All right, so there's two
Yeah.
principles I want to flesh out here.
Yeah.
That number one, dentists, we're just not good at making business decisions.
And it's there.
We
it's
need a
this-
coach. You need a coach. If
It's-
we had a coach, he'd be like, "You actually don't need this. Plus, this is just soapy water, and they're white. You're using white." By the way, we've tried these on our shoes.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
In store only.
Yeah. Flint was gonna
How
say
do they
something.
do that, Sean? I'm telling you, in this mall, my shoe, I've scrubbed like a crazy man, and I can't get my shoes white at home.
Got to go back to him, buy some more.
He said I need the Ultra Plus one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
What is it that those people are doing that we could do in our office that make us make these purchases?
Yeah. So, and I think you make a great point. It's not things you don't want to do. It's like help you didn't know you needed.
Yeah.
So humans don't like to ask for help.
Yep.
And you definitely don't want to ask for help or accept help that you didn't think you need. So when I come into
Yeah.
your office, right, there's two ways that can go. One is I walk in, there's a sliding glass door, there's paper falling off the wall, the chair's stained, it kind of smells weird.
Yeah.
Person's at the front desk eating a donut, right? And then
That's our front desk.
15
Have you been to our office?
15
I
minutes
can't wait to
later,
get my
they,
CD.
they take me back and it's like,
Cassette's
all right,
coming.
we're ready for you, right? And you go, and then you feel like you're being processed, right? You literally feel
Yes.
like I'm number 47 of the day, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the norm. So the good news about this is,
Yeah.
it's really not that complicated, because the bar is unfortunately so low.
So
Yeah.
low.
Right.
Agreed. Yeah.
But you also have a customer, a patient, who is not comparing you to the hospital. They're comparing you to other service providers. So you really just have to make sure, okay, how do we orient what we're doing, not to ourselves, not to what the team wants, but what's going to be best for the patient? And that means you got to be available. That means you got to be pleasant.
Yes.
That means when they show up, it should kind of feel like you prepared for me.
Yeah.
Not like,
What are you here for? What do you
yeah,
think you're
exactly,
here for?
right?
You're
It's
who,
like I
or
walk up to
yeah,
the front,
yeah.
last name.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord. Oh,
But the difference between that and, okay, I know new patients coming at 3.
yes.
So if a person that walks in that I don't recognize comes in at 3,
Yes.
what is the harm in just saying, Mrs. Smith, we've been expecting you. Welcome to our practice. And guess what? If you get it wrong, who cares? You really think
Yeah.
a patient is going to say, I'm not Mrs. Smith? They'll be like, wow, that's
yeah.
pretty cool they tried to do
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, they say, I walk in, they go, hey, Mr. Galler, you're here for your dermatology. Welcome to our practice, Mr. Galler. That I
It
wouldn't,
sets a
know it.
tone.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
know it to
Right.
say, but at the end of that 45-minute hour, I'd be like, I like this place. I wouldn't
Yep.
even know why, but string it together enough of those
Right.
little things.
You do that right.
Yes.
And then you make sure that all those little interactions, especially the first visit, it feels like you're being welcomed into something, right?
Yeah.
It's not, because it's not a come in once and never come back. But sometimes that's the experience the patient gets is like, we got you here. So
Yes.
that means you're ours forever just because people go to the dentist every 6 months,
Yeah.
which is
So far.
kind of,
Dentist, man. End us with the most shocking story that you've seen in your 8 years, possibly either for you or the legend at Scheduling Institute, and you just hear it and your mouth drops. Here, I'll start. Once upon a time, there was this dentist on a Monday who got a phone call from their accountant that said, you owe $100 million.
full circle.
Hit us. We got to end the episode. Dentist, the most shocking, craziest, protect the names, protect the city, protect everything, but just the most shocking thing, you go, wow. Dentist.
Man, you know, I don't know if it's necessarily a specific person, but it's when there's all these people in a room that are there to help people.
Okay.
And the guy gets up on stage and he says, I'm so-and-so and I practice. My office is only open 2 days a week.
As like a badge of honor.
As a badge of honor. Meanwhile, so you're so good that patients shouldn't be able to come get what you do. And that's what we want to have everyone aspire to is
Wow.
me first,
Yeah.
fuck the patient.
Fuck yeah.
That, yeah. And then, then they say it like they're bragging. I only work 2 days a week. And you're going, well, that sounds like a terrible business. And who are your patients if they break a tooth on a Friday?
Yeah.
We
Because they are
close.
SOL.
If we were only open Monday and Wednesday,
Yeah.
You wouldn't be much of an institute.
I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Wow,
Amen.
I love that. So there's times. How often do you go? You're practicing, you're working, you're traveling, you're working with hundreds of practices at this point, right? There's thousands of practices that have gone through. How often do you say in your head, dentist? Is this like a once a day, a once a week thing, or a once a month thing? Just so that we know the scope of the problem in dentistry, where you're just like, dude, you can't buy the extra house. Dude, the boat, you live in a landlocked state. Why'd you buy a boat? There's no water here.
Oh, well, yeah. If you extend it out to all of those things.
Yeah. How often?
It's once / multiple times a day.
Multiple times a day. Oh,
But
what's wrong with us?
I already gave him one check.
Yeah, he already got
young.
his one for you today.
Yeah.
All right,
Happy
well,
to contribute. It's lovely
Flint,
to meet
it
you,
is
honestly.
so cool to have you. Will you come back next season?
absolutely.
All right, it was
It's
so
been
good.
great.
We didn't
I appreciate it.
I had 100 things I want to talk about. We just didn't have enough time. We already went overtime on this one, but it was a great episode. We love having you here. I'm sorry we didn't introduce you till like 10 minutes into the episode. I was totally
As long as there's not a solo shot of just me right here,
not
just
me.
going like this.
I know Svetlana's going like, is that
like,
David? He looks a lot
oh,
better.
wow.
Wow. Hey, she looks like she belongs on the set. I don't know about the other guys. Is there a new host? Because that's amazing. We love having you here. We learned a lot. Dropping nuggets. We're so excited. Thank you for helping all our dentists and out there. I know it's probably a tough thing day to day to be in these offices, but you are helping the profession. It is growing, and we appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
as well. My
Good.
pleasure.
All right, that's a wrap. Thanks, everyone. Tune in next week. Hit subscribe so we get rich.
The mediocre dentist, the mediocre dentist. 'Cause sometimes you just feel mediocre. The mediocre dentist, the mediocre dentist. I am mediocre, you are mediocre, and that's not that bad.